It had been around for 88 years, and on Sunday, the final 22 British home stores shut up shop for good across the UK. The chain's collapse has left 11,000 people without jobs and a pension deficit of more than $800 million. Former owner and businessman Sir Philip Green has been accused of blackmail for trying to plug the black hole to stop an investigation into the pensions probe. Charlotte Dubenskij reports.
For some, it was too much to bear. Almost 11,000 staff lost their jobs as the one-time giant of British retail collapsed. But their battle's not over yet. They and thousands more former workers now face uncertainty over the future of their pensions.
Well, for the political reasons, it really all comes down to the jobs that have been lost and that the pension scheme where, you know, if it goes entirely to the responsibility of regulators, those pensioners are going to lose upwards of 10% of their pensions, which is a massive whack.
BHS was placed into administration in April, less than a year after being sold for around $1.50. But many of the company's troubles were not new. For years, the chain had been limping along under the tenure of Sir Philip Green. He's accused of not ensuring enough money was paid into the employees' pension pot when times are good, and as the difficulties hit, the deficit became even starker. In June, Green appeared before the UK Parliament. He was questioned about why he paid around $600 million in dividends to his family following the sale, when the company was in such a poor state. At times, it was a difficult session, and Green clearly felt the pressure.
Do you mind not looking at me like that all the time? It's really disturbing.
But he did promise to sort out the gap. While the pensions regulator has also been investigating BHS's collapse and what, if any, contribution Green should make.
If Philip Green is found to be responsible, then he really needs to actually contribute to that pension scheme and contribute at least the 10% of that deficit, but arguably more.
Now it seems Green is putting his money where his mouth is. It's suggested he's willing to pay around $390 million into the fund on the condition regulators abandon their investigation. But that would still leave the pension pot with a massive hole. And while Green can happily retire with his $5.8 billion fortune, his former employees are seeing the shutters come down on their financial futures.
Well, Charlotte joins me live in the studio. Charlotte, it's not looking good for Sir Philip Green's reputation. What is he doing to try and save it?
Well, his negotiators are speaking to the investigators who are considering whether to probe him and his finances surrounding that collapse of British home stores. And what they're suggesting is that he could offer $390 million as a way of plugging the gap. But if he does that, they're saying that comes with a very, very big catch. And that catch is that there would be no investigation into his finances of him or his wife, who was actually the formal owner of British home stores during the 15 years that he was chairman. Now, the Serious Fraud Office and the Parliamentary Watchdog for Pensions are looking into whether they will carry out an investigation, but it's not certain that they will yet. And it would be incredibly difficult for the Pensions Watchdog to turn down an offer of $390 million. That is almost half of the pension deficit. And there's no guarantee, if they carried out an investigation into him and his finances, that they would reap any more than that back. In addition to that, any investigation could cost millions of dollars and could take place over very many years. But if they do accept this offer, there's nothing stopping the Serious Fraud Office from carrying out its own investigation. So Sir Philip may not get what he wants out of this anyway. But what is true is that the pension holders of BHS are going to lose out by around 10%. So they are the losers regardless what happens, Asha.
Yeah, that's a sad story, isn't it? So we'll soon wait and see what happens. Thank you so much, Charlotte.